Hello and welcome. This is your host Ria, and you are watching Oneindia. With Trump winning the 2024 presidential election and hopefully all set to become the 47th president of the United States, people around the world are sharing their thoughts and how this win is going to impact their countries. Talking about India and specifically the people here present in the newsroom, let's hear from them. What do they have to say about this historic win, and also how this presidential election and this win will impact the Indian and US relation going forward. Let's hear what they have to say. Let's go and talk to our senior colleagues. First of all, we have with us Mr. Pankaj. Pankaj sir, yes. Quick response from you on the presidential election. Trump has won, we all know. What is your first reaction to this huge win that Trump has, and how do you think this is going to impact India and US relation going forward?
Well, I would definitely pick up from where you left. It's a huge win, and we were anticipating that it could be a neck and neck situation between Kamala Harris and Donald Trump, but eventually Trump has trumped all the anticipations and now has emerged victorious. As that's about the electoral college votes. But as far as the relation between India and the US is concerned, Prime Minister Modi was quick to respond and tweet saying that his friend Donald Trump is back in power, and he congratulated him much on the expected lines. But remember, Donald Trump and Narendra Modi share a different kind of camaraderie here. We have seen a bonhomie between Indian prime ministers and US presidents in Democrats' rule and Republicans too. But this Republican candidate, Donald Trump, minces no words. He spoke volumes about the safety of Hindus, in Bangladesh, and that is one common thread, Ria, which I think connects India and US, the new India and the new US, and hence I would say lots of exciting times ahead on the cards, and we'll have to wait and watch how this bonhomie develops into further sharing of ideas and business deals in the coming days.
Thank you so very much, Pankaj sir, for your insight. Let's quickly talk to Yogesh sir, who's getting ready for the live in just next 5 minutes. Yogesh sir, welcome. My question to you is, हम जानते हैं कि अमेरिका का हमेशा अमेरिका फर्स्ट अप्रोच रहा है, तो ये कैसे इम्पैक्ट करने वाला है इंडिया और यूएस के रिलेशन को गोइंग फॉरवर्ड?
देखिए, जब भी हमारी अमेरिका को लेकर भारत की अप्रोच रही है, दोस्ताना संबंध बनाने की कोशिश की है हम लोगों ने हमेशा से ही। और अगर दुनिया की जब कोल्ड वॉर का समय भी था, तो दुनिया की जो दो सुपर पावर्स थी, अमेरिका और रशिया उस वक्त था, यूएसएसआर था, तो भी भारत ने एक नॉन अलाइन का फार्मूला अपनाया हुआ था। लेकिन जिस तरह से ग्लोबलाइजेशन और उसके बाद की इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसीज़ चेंज हुई है, तो ज़ाहिर तौर पर इंटरेस्ट दोनों देशों के आपस में जुड़े हुए हैं। और मैं रशिया का नाम भी इसलिए यहाँ पर ले रहा हूँ क्योंकि रशिया के साथ भी हमारे बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रेंडली संबंध रहे हैं, लेकिन यूएस और रशिया की आपस में टसल हमेशा से रही है। अभी जब ट्रंप जीते हैं, तो व्लादिमीर पुतिन ने कह दिया कि अभी हम उनको बधाई नहीं देंगे, हम उनकी नीतियाँ देखेंगे क्या है और कैसे करते हैं। तो अभी यूक्रेन रशिया के बीच जो सब कुछ चल रहा है, उसको देखते हुए ट्रंप किस तरह का मूव लेते हैं। और भारत के संबंध में अगर देखा जाए तो ट्रंप का रुख पिछला टेन्योर हमने देखा था, लेकिन टैरिफ की जहाँ पर बात आ गई थी, कुछ आयात निर्यात शुल्क की बात आ गई थी, तो उन्होंने काफ़ी टफ स्टैंड जो है लिया था ट्रंप ने, जिसके भारत पर असर भी हुआ था। और इस बार भी ये माना जा रहा है कि जिस तरह से आपने कहा कि अमेरिका फर्स्ट, ओब्वियसली अगर यहाँ नरेंद्र मोदी चाहेंगे तो नरेंद्र मोदी भी इंडिया फर्स्ट कहेंगे। तो वो सामंजस्य कैसे बैठाया जा सकता है, क्योंकि इंडिया एक उभरती हुई इकोनॉमी है पूरी दुनिया के अंदर और सबकी निगाहें हैं, एक बड़ा मार्केट है इंडिया के अंदर, तो यूएस को भी उस मार्केट को एक्सप्लोर करना है, उसके भी अपने इकोनॉमिक जो बेनिफिट्स वो देखेगा इंडिया की मार्केट के अंदर। तो उस तरीके से मुझे लगता है कि एक कहीं ना कहीं बैलेंस ज़रूर बनाएंगे ट्रंप जो है, जिस तरह की उनकी केमिस्ट्री मोदी के साथ भी है। और नरेंद्र मोदी भी दूसरी तरफ से चाहेंगे कि यूएस की जो मार्केट है या हमारे जो इंटरेस्ट वहाँ पर है, उसको देखते हुए भी वो एक बैलेंस क्रिएट करने की कोशिश करे। लेकिन हाँ, कुछ चीज़ें हैं, जो टैरिफ का मामला है, इसके अलावा वीज़ा का मामला है, ऐसी कुछ चीज़ें हैं जिस पर हो सकता है कि भारत को टफ़ नेगोशिएशन जो है यूएस के साथ, ट्रंप के साथ करना पड़े। और उम्मीद ये करते हैं कि बेहतर होगा आने वाला समय, और शांति की पहल जो है वो दुनिया के अंदर होगी। और ताकि सभी लोग जो है वो इकोनॉमिकली भी ग्रो कर सके। और वो तभी हो सकता है जब एक तरह से, क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी ने खुद कहा है कि हम मिलकर दुनिया में शांति चाहते हैं, बनाना चाहते हैं, जो उन्होंने बधाई दी है ट्रंप को, तो उसके लिए बेहतर संबंध होंगे और दोनों देशों के लिए अच्छा ही होगा।
Thank you so very much, sir, Yogesh, sir, for your time and speaking to us. Let's quickly talk to a few of our colleagues here in the newsroom जो सुबह से इस न्यूज़ को कवर कर रहे हैं. They are working hard on, covering each and every aspect of presidential election, which is right now the hot topic. Let me quickly catch hold on to Arushi. Arushi, hi.
Hi, Ria.
So, Arushi, I would want to ask you, when did you think that it was a very tough and neck-to-neck competition between both Trump and, Kamala Harris? And when did she miss out onto, winning this election and creating history, for that matter? What do you have to say?
So when the race started, when the numbers started being counted, then nobody would have guessed who is gonna win because it was quite a close competition. But when the numbers touched 200, and then the competition went neck to neck between Trump and Harris. Initially, Harris took a lead. Then Trump took a lead. But at 200, it was neck to neck. And that time, Harris won NYC, New York City. And that was the moment when I felt like
Harris might become the very first president of US.
A little, I felt like the scenario might change. But then Trump took a reverse and started winning key states like Pennsylvania, Ohio, North Carolina. And that was the moment when I felt like we have got the next president of United States. And Fox News, it stated that Donald Trump is the 47th president of United States. And then Harris cancelled her Florida speech, which was supposed to be tonight. And then the whole world knew that we have our president. And now two things are awaited. One is Harris's reaction to it, because she has not given any reaction till now on her defeat. And second is, quote unquote, we are going to see how Trump is going to make America great again.
As Trump himself said on his winning speech that he's gonna make America great again. Now we have Ansh with us here, who was there in the newsroom last night. He waited here. He was covering the news. So Ansh, what do you have to say on this win of Trump? He has become the president for the second time for America. What do you have to say? How is this going to impact the relation between India and America going forward? And we have seen, Trump's relation with Modi and with India in his last tenure, right? So what do you have? What do you expect? And you're a young blood. You are very new in this politic game, and you're seeing everything. So what are your expectations?
Look, when I was here last night, what happened right now was that when the counting started, eventually from the start, Trump had a substantial lead. But definitely when the West, the California and other states, they declared their winners, at that point of time, it became neck to neck. But at the point when the key votes, the key states started their count, that was actually the turning point at that point of time. Initially, it was Kamala Harris that was leading in Georgia and even in Pennsylvania, but after that, the game flipped. And even in Virginia, that is typically the Democrat ruled, it was red for a long haul. So definitely, the Democrats didn't expected this. Also, this election is historic in many ways, you see. Donald Trump is actually first Republican president in 20 years that has won the popular vote and also the electoral college. So that is historic, first thing. Second thing is that leaving some cities, almost in every tier 2 or tier 3 cities, small counties, it is Republican Party that is leading even right now. So that is also a mammoth victory for Donald Trump. And simply put, this can be stated as a result against the Democratic Party, against Joe Biden, and also against Kamala Harris. They thought that if Biden leaves, they might gain, but I don't think that has happened. Coming to the relations between India and United States, Donald Trump has indeed been a great friend of Modi, Prime Minister Modi, and eventually Modi was also first one to congratulate him. Yeah. So that's that. But coming to some policies, I don't think that Trump will be a great thing for India when it comes to tariff, because definitely he's a businessman, and even in the last tenure we saw many things, that how he imposed his policies on India, how he went all out against India when he wanted for those defense deal at some point of time. Lockheed Martin was the company, if I remember. So that's the thing. But yes, geopolitically, I believe that Modi and Trump could be a good duo as of now.
Okay. Okay. One very personal question. So, who were you rooting for? And be very honest, because we already have the winners, we already have the result out. But who were you rooting for this presidential election?
Well, as an Indian citizen, whom I was rooting for actually doesn't matter. But still, if that's the question, actually I was rooting for Donald Trump to win, and it happened. But yes, Harris did put a great challenge, and after the debate, it was somewhat shaky for Donald Trump. That's why I believe he denied for a third debate. But yes, eventually Donald Trump is the winner, so nothing else matters more than anything now. Yeah.
Thank you so very much, Vansh. Now let's move towards the ground and talk to the people on ground. What do they have to say about this presidential election, and about their take on Trump winning again and becoming the president for US, and what do they think about how India and US relation is going to be going forward? So let's go and have a word with them. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Vishal.
Vishal, so you must be aware that we just got the results out for the US presidential election.
I just heard.
Very good. So tell me, who were you hooting for? Who were you wanting to become the president for US?
Yeah, actually I was in support of the Trump because of his good relations with the Modi and the support for India. So I thought he will be the good for our future scopes and improvements in countries. So that's why I'm supporting Trump.
Oh, so you must be very happy because he's the one who has won.
Yeah, I am happy.
Great. We have a Trump supporter here, and he's quite happy. We can see that he's really happy and excited that he has become the next president of US, the 47th president of US. Let's talk few more people here and see what they have to say. Come. Hi, what's your name?
My name is Ayush.
Ayush, are you aware that the presidential election in US has just completed and we have the winner?
Yes, I know that, and Donald Trump has been re-elected as the 47th president of US.
You are quite like you know the news. You are reading the news. That's very good. Asha, tell me something very honestly. Who were you hooting for?
I was honestly rooting for the Democrats party, the Kamala Harris. So because she was the first candidate, the female candidate, and if she would have won, she would have been the first women president of United States. And honestly, I was much rooting for her because of the policies regarding international trade and crypto. So I was more towards she has an Indian origin. So I was also had that sentimental attachments toward her, that she's an Indian, and unfortunately she lost. So I was quite, but at the end of the day, it's democracy, so it's people's choice.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. But just let me, correct you. She is still an American. She is from Indian origin, and she's not the first lady to be in the candidate. But yes. But of course, if she would have won, she would have been the first female president of US. But unfortunately, we'll have to wait for another 4 years to see if US is going to have if US is ever going to have a first female president or not. But yeah, as you said, it's their country, it's their democracy, it's their people's choice who to choose and who not to. But of course, we too are affected and we too have impact on us. And thank you so very much, Ayush, for sharing your thoughts. So we have right now Kushi with us. Kushi, hi.
Hello.
So Kushi, are you aware about the presidential election that has just been completed and we have the winner in US? The next president has been announced.
Yes, Donald Trump.
So were you rooting for him or were you rooting for Kamala Harris?
Well, I'm rooting for the Kamala Harris, but as she is the one woman who comes front and standing in front of the which is a really big thing, and I'm so happy that she come and stood for that, but little disheartened that she didn't win.
As Trump is all set to begin his term for the second time as president of US, the world will be watching closely how his leadership is going to not only shape the future of US but impact the partnership globally, including that of India. So stay tuned for more such updates coming in on One India, and you are watching One India, and this is your host Ria. Thank you.
Don't miss out. Log on to oneindia.com for more updates.